Hey beautiful people, I am Sarah Voronov here sharing with you my Rebirthing Breathwork Mastery practitioner training experience. I am at session 36 for my personal breathes. So when you're training in RBM practitioner training, you do 36 of your own personal sessions, and that is meant to be the end of stage 1 before you move on to stage 2 is all these workbooks. But stage 3 is like when you start getting to do exchanges and holding your own retreat. And now there was a little bit of like confusion over if I was at session 35 or 36 because some people were at it and not. Anyway, it has been sorted out. So technically I still actually have, this has been my last breathe for stage 1 for official, but I actually have one more breathe for my stage 1. So 37, which is next week. And I just want to bring this up is that, so in RBM, well, in life, we all have agreements, right? And it's about being clear on the agreement on yourself and the other party, institution, whatever it is. And although you can come into an agreements can always be renegotiated and changed. And so with this ending of my stage 1, my agreement has changed that I will do 37 breathes as a part of my stage 1 because there was confusion. And initially that brought up some material for me where I felt like I was doing something wrong. Somehow I've messed up. And so that's how I know that it was my material, it's my stuff, because not everybody had that same response. Some people were feeling like, oh, it's just going to take up more into their time. And I very much knew this was coming from childlike relating versus an adult that is free to choose, because I was using language that was like, I'm going to get in trouble. I feel like I'm wrong. Like when there's just like only one way of feeling, seeing, doing things. But yeah, I digress a little bit, but that has been my experience. And like always, after, breathwork session, you go out into life and you notice what things are different, what's changing. And for me, so I noticed that was coming up, and also that I was swimming in the I don't know pool world of things. And I listened to this podcast, which just gave me so much, resonance. Like it was saying, in order to allow God into your life, you have to be willing to go where you don't know where you're going. And I realized like that's just the thing that I've been going like, I never know, and I don't know, and I've been feeling like I don't know where I'm going, but I know that I'm going somewhere that's good and I'm moving in the right direction. But my brain still wants to kind of know. And so I brought all of that to my breathwork session. And I'm looking at my trusty book. I think that was what I was wanting. Yeah, what I was wanting to really anchor in was like that unwavering faith and trust, because I was mixing between like what is faith and what is trust. And trust is sometimes something that is built upon with evidence. And faith is something like you may not have the evidence and you are just completely going in on it. So I feel like all of that is kind of related to birth pattern stuff. And what else? Wins that I've been noticing is like people have been offering to help me with my bags, like in clinics. So this is actually my clinic room that I'm in right now. And I often come in with like a lot of bags because I'm also a kinesiologist and I've got all these books and anyway, people have been helping me and I've been accepting and taking that help. Also had like a dinner with a friend, and normally I always make something. This time life has gotten busy and I didn't make anything, and I turned up to her house and I was in full reception, like, well, I guess I'm just going to enjoy the experience of her making dinner for me, which was nice, but I didn't feel any charge. I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel awkward. It wasn't like apologizing. It was just like, oh, I didn't make anything. I'm here and thank you. And that's how I know that there's something shifting and changing, because the previous me would have apologized, would have maybe felt bad, would have wanted to do something in exchange. Like I did end up like washing some of her dishes, but I wasn't doing it out of this feeling of like, oh, I need to give back. It was just like, I'm just washing them. And so I think that's important to share, that sometimes you'll notice things still happening, but there's just not a charge around it. There's no reactivity to it. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to share with you what my intention was for my session. It was a little bit long. Unwavering faith, and I intend to have unwavering faith and trust, fully looked after and supported in life, being able to move forward step by step with ease and trust. Yeah, reassurance that everything is always working out for my highest good. I think I added in on here, yeah, being able to move into the spaces where I don't know where I'm going, and having full trust and faith that everything is working out, protected, cared for, being able to hear God, universe, spirit, whatever you want to use, clearly and go where I need to go. And it's important with intentions. It's always like, what is that going to give you? And so for me, it was like, I could do anything. I could go anywhere. I could be fully provided for. I'd be able to be fully open to receive. And I would have unimaginable, abundant, positive opportunities available to me. And so, then you go with like, how is that feeling in your body? And so for me, I had a bit of a tightening in my throat. I felt like my shoulders were in a bit, and I laid down for my breathe. And you just stay with the emotion, stay with the sensations, and which I was. And I've been like, I feel like it's part of some bigger process, but so many sessions I've been going like, where I get into this kind of sleep-like state. Because then as the session went on, some other people were dialoguing, putting their hand up, getting support where they needed, where they feel like there's an image or a feeling that isn't shifting or changing. And I remember I had this thought of like, oh, I'm so glad I'm feeling okay. So they have the opportunity to dialogue, because I've been the person putting my hand up lately a lot, and taking up a lot of space with dialoguing. And yeah, I've just realized now, sharing that, I've had intentions around taking up space. And I've been taking up lots of space. So interesting. Yeah. So yeah, other people were dialoguing, but it felt really far away from me. Like I could hear them, but I couldn't really hear like what was going on. I wasn't consciously. And then someone else started talking, and I kind of came to a little bit. And then I was just really aware that there was nothing happening in my body so much as like, I wasn't feeling tightness or pain or elation. It was just like, oh, everything feels really smooth. Everything feels okay in my brain. There's nothing that's like over chattering, nothing to do. And so I sat with the feelings, but I was like, I feel bored. I had the thoughts of like, is this it? Is this my session? I guess it is my session, because this is what's happening. I'm laying down, I'm breathing, and I feel like nothing's really shifting and moving. So I stayed with that for quite a while. And then the thought came into my head that, again, when you have a consistent kind of image or a thought process or a feeling that isn't moving, that you can put your hand up. So I did. Well, actually, before that, I was contemplating, do I want to disturb everyone with sharing how bored I am? Like, that's not worthy enough of a news to share to disturb everyone. So I kind of just talked out aloud, because I'm doing this online and I'm on mute. Before I felt like, you know what, I am just going to put my hand up. So I put my hand up, and it's always that process of finally putting your hand up, reaching out, sharing the truth of your experience, and then seeing what shifts and change. So sometimes you'll just feel differently, or the facilitator will ask a question that just kind of changes things. So I shared what was happening. I forget the question that she asked me, but then I just ended up crying. And I was like, just feeling a lot of sadness in my body. And sometimes when the question is like, what are you feeling and where is it? It's like, I almost feel like it's in that baby state, because I was like, I know I'm feeling stuff, but I don't have the words to describe what I'm feeling. It's just happening inside. So we dialogued for quite a while, and I can't even remember everything. But it was around, that I didn't want to disturb anyone. Well, I'm just reading what I've written here in this book. Oh, that's right. It was the feeling of like bored. I'm feeling flat, and also like, I don't want to feel flat anymore. I actually want to feel elation and bliss and amazing like growth and everything. And what I didn't realize, like sometimes you don't realize stuff when you're in the moment, is that I was releasing the boredom. I was releasing the, I was also like this sense of like me being the bystander and just kind of watching things. It was releasing all of that. And I then authentically came to the decision of like, I'm the creator. Like, I'm in creative my life. I don't have to just wait for things to be happening. Like, I can decide what it is that I want to create. And I want to create like life feeling really good and luscious and juicy and shiny and bright. That's right. I'm thinking now, like what also came up was the feeling of things feeling like flat and boring. And I think it was like also seeing, I can't remember if it was this breathe actually or the last one, where, because I could see from a really young age how life was this monotonous path of like you're born, you go to school, you study, you get a job, you die. And I was like, life's all about joy and really wanting to bring all of that in. I'm feeling like that's maybe the last breathe now. I can't remember. So I'm just looking at my book and seeing that I said, that like I fully get to experience life and all the amazing, wonderful things life has to offer. And also that when I came out of my breathe, you get given a 5-minute mark when it's, time to finish up. And lately I've been getting to that 5-minute mark and I'm still dialoguing. And then this feeling of, it's always getting me in touch with the feeling that I can move at my own pace. Like, yes, I've been given the 5-minute warning, but I can open my eyes when I feel ready. I get to decide that, not the outside. And so when I finally came out of it, I was feeling a bit confused, a bit dazed, and I felt like I was still sort of in the breathe, and that can happen sometimes. But I realized my intention, part of that came through because then as I came out of it, everyone else was there. Like the other people that are online in that space were there to hold space and to support me. And I was like, that's my intention, to be held by others, even when I'm unsure, even when I don't know what's going on. So that was really cool. And that was my breathe. And I have one more breathwork session next week until my stage 1 is finished. Then I'll be officially moving into stage 3 and all of that. But I have to finish all my logs off for stage 1. It's like, what your intentions were, what's happened, where you feel complete or in the unfolding process. And I've really realized that for a lot of my sessions, I've been moving through, I don't know, looking for reassurance, looking for trust. There's been expansion. And now that I've written them all out and kind of reviewed where I've been up to, I'm going to do a little bit more journaling. I'm going to see what kind of comes out. But I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going with all this. I don't know, and where it's leading me to. But I feel like all these sessions so far has been this more releasing and taking steps towards. Anyway, I will do another video sharing with you what happens in my last stage 1 breathwork session. And if you have any questions or any aha moments that have come out from this, pop them below. I'd love to hear. Bye for now.